Hey, hi, hello, and welcome. Welcome to today's session. Today, I'll be discussing about BlackBook project, but internship-based project. Yes, as a TY students, you might be aware you are two types of project. One is completely research-based project, and second is internship-based project. So today, I'll be covering an internship-based project. So if you are looking for a research-based project, I already made a video on that. I have shared the link in the description. You can watch that. And those who want to know about internship based project can continue to watch the video. Okay, so let's get started. Once you are ready with your project, this is how it will looking with a proper you can say binding and golden embossing. This is how your project will look. So let's get started with what exactly things need to be done as an internship based project. So first, this is the initial stage, means initial aspect, which as a student you need to understand why this BlackBook project is important, not only for TYBMS, but TYBBI, BAF, and BFM. They have this as a part of a compulsory subject. Means other, apart from one subject and one more BlackBook project, others can be optional subject or the subjects offered by the college. But this is kind of a common subject for everyone. So that is why it is of more importance, and that is why it carries equal weightage as other projects as well. So this is the type which I was talking about. There are two modes or type. First is a project work based on research methodology in the study area, which is minimum 80 to 100 pages, and project work based on internship in the study area, that is minimum 50 pages. So as I already said, I've already made a video based on research methodology, which I have shared the link in the description. You can watch if you want to know about that. And today, now I'll be discussing about based on internship in the study area, which is only minimum 50 pages. So it is a minimum 50 pages, but there are certain guidelines and criteria which needs to be matched. So it is comparatively bit easy in terms of pages, but in terms of efforts and in terms of all the things which are required, it is almost it's almost similar to what it is required for the research methodology project. So as I have told earlier in research methodology project as well, that guide plays a very important role. So this is in terms of first consulting and confirming the topic with your guide. So first, even for internship based project, it is expected that they would be doing an internship at a particular company or organization with a profile of their elective course. And suppose you are a HR student, so you need to work in a particular company where you are doing some sort of maybe HR functions. If you are marketing, you are doing some sort of marketing activity. If you are a finance student, you are doing some sort of financial related work, because that would make sense. Again, it is not that compulsory, but within the guideline, it fits that HR should do a HR profile, marketing should do a marketing profile. In case if there is a HR student doing some marketing activity or a profile, that can also be acceptable. But again, with the consult of the guide, if guide says no, or as said, it is not preferred, because there would be a kind of problem at the time of viva, or problem in terms of acceptability of the project. So it is preferred that whatever elective course you have, so individually under the supervision of a teacher guide, consultation with teacher guide consent, and whoever the guide is, that will be allotted to you by the college. So I hope it is clear. So now very basic rules and instructions for internship based project. It is complicated initially, afterwards it becomes very easy. So I'll tell you why it is complicated initially. The complications is in terms of criteria. Means suppose you are doing an internship based project, so there are certain criteria which needs to be met. So in that, first is minimum 20 days or 100 days of internship with an organization, NGO, private firm, or any of the organizations where you are working as an intern. So minimum 20 days is just, you can say, guideline. I'm sure there are no kind of internship where it is only for 20 days or 21 days. There might be for 1 month or maybe 2 months, or if you're lucky enough, you can get an internship for maybe a 21 days. But this is what the criteria is. If not 21 days, to at least 100 hours of work time. Means wherever you're working as an intern, your hours should be at least minimum 100 completed. So that is the criteria. And again, it is mentioned, theme of the internship should be based on the study area of the elective course. So it's the same thing which I told you earlier, that HR should do something internship based on some HR activity, marketing on marketing activity, and finance and some finance related work. Then it makes sense, and then it is acceptable. And one more thing which I like to clear, when you have completed your internship, or even if you are currently doing internship, either of the way, it should be as a preferred within that particular academic year. Means now it's Feb 2022. So suppose you have done your internship in the month of August 2021, September 2021, October 2021. So it is acceptable. But suppose if you have done your internship in the Feb 2021, March 2021, and you want to do a project on that now, first, so you need to confirm with the guide, because as per the you can say preferred guidelines, it is like within that academic year. Suppose you have done your internship maybe 10 months before or 12 months before, and you want to do now a project on that. So whether it is acceptable or not, first confirm with the guide, then only go ahead. So many of the students commit that mistake, that they say they have done the internship 10 months before. So within whether it is within that academic year and whether it is acceptable or not, so that also is very, very important factor. So that is why at times it becomes difficult for students to get the internship in that academic year itself. So that is why obviously majority of them go for a research based project. And again, one more very, very important is experience certificate is mandatory. Suppose you have worked in a particular organization for 1 month or maybe for 2 months, and after working over there, you need to compulsory get a certificate which would be attached to your BlackBook project. If the certificate is not attached to a BlackBook project, that would be considered incomplete. So that is why I underline few things: 20 days, 100 hours, elective course, mandatory, because either of this criteria agar nahi milta hai or it doesn't matches, then your project won't be considered as a proper project or maybe a complete project. So that is why to get all the three criteria matched itself, it's difficult. So you have to get the experience certificate, and it should be properly on the letterhead of the organization, where there will be specifically mentioning that this learner, student, Mr. or Miss has completed this much of duration, 1 month or 2 months in our organization from till date, and whatever your performance is, and it should be clearly mentioned your name, duration, preferably your designation as well, as a trainee or whatever you are joined over there, and that everything should be mentioned in the certificate, which will be attached in your BlackBook project. So अगर ये तीनों में से एक भी criteria match नहीं होता है, so it means your BlackBook project, internship BlackBook project won't be considered complete. So that is why it becomes very, very important. So now the basic content and what are the following aspects should be included in your BlackBook project. So basic guidelines, which is given by the university. Again, that link is also shared in the description. You can see that guidelines, or I have already shared a video on research based about the guidelines, means what should be the font size, Times New Roman, line spacing, that everything is mentioned. You can watch that. So now in terms of index, or in terms of when you're starting your project, so first basic all the, you can say, initial pages, that is declaration, acknowledgement, that everything is already there in the format. After that, you'll be starting your internship based project. The first would be executive summary. So executive summary is preferably done when you're almost done with all the project, because you have to summarize the project. मतलब जितना भी हुआ है वो end में होने के बाद तुम्हें 20 to 25 lines में पूरा बताना है कि what you have covered, what you have learned, and how was your experience of working in a particular organization or company. That you have to sum up in 20 to 25 lines. That would be the first thing. Then second would be introduction of the company. Now you have to introduce about the company where you have worked, means whatever profile, whatever organization, whatever brand you are associated with. You have to share details about them. Now the very easiest way and quickest way to get, go on internet, search the company's name, see all the information available. Everything is there on the website. In case some students might say ki company is very small, the organization detail is not available that much on the internet, then fine, you have actually worked over there. Then get the primary data, ask the executives, ask your superior, ask the people in charge of the company, what is the history, when it got started, that every information. Because see, if you see logically, it is divided in around 5 to 6 chapters and 50 pages. So at least every chapter should be around 8 to 10 pages. So you have to fill that 8 to 10 page. For that, you'll be requiring all the company's details. So as I said, majority of them would be available on the internet. In case it is not available, you can straight away ask the people working over there. So what are things you need to include over there? What are the products offered? Then SWOT analysis, its products, organization, its scope, everything. Means wherever you have worked, what are the things they have offered, what are the products, what are the service they are offering, and what is the SWOT analysis, that is what is their strength, what is their weakness, what is the opportunity, and what are the threats. So majority of, as I keep on saying, it's available on internet. In case it is not available on internet, then you have to somehow make the data on your own by getting the information from the employees, if it is a very small company which is not having that much information on the website. Afterwards, second thing which you need to continue is statement and objectives. So it includes mission and vision of the organization. So mission and vision of the organization, basically every organization or every firm or every service sector has their own vision, and every organization. Like if you go in any hospital, or if you go in any of the colleges, or if you go in any of the organization, if you go in any of the banks, in a few of the places they already mention on their workplace that this is our mission, this is our vision. So you need to discuss that in length wherever you are working in that particular company. So what was their whole mission was, what was their whole vision was, how they, you can say, associated with the people, how they were providing the services, and how their customer feedback was, and whether they were inclined with whatever the mission and vision company had initially and what they are doing currently. As I said, it needs to be around 8 to 10 pages. So you need to form that data depending on the organization and the working you have. So if it is there in the internet, it's great. But again, don't just copy paste, interpret in your own words, add things from your own side. Then this is the thing which you need to do completely on your own. That is your role in the organization during the internship. Means basic thing, right from you have to mention over here, whatever you're working, your designation, right from your timing, is what was your in time, means at what time you were used to reach office, or if you're done online, and what time you used to log in, and what was the basic profile, and what was the logout time at a particular day, how much hours you used to work, everything सब तुम्हें mention करना है इसमें. When you have joined, and whoever your you can say in the hierarchy, whoever seniors, whoever the supervisor, whoever the colleagues, their designation, their name, everything, every detail you need to mention there, because this is what you actually experience. So your actually experience should be mentioned over there, at what time you used to go to office. Like if it is an internship based project, so obviously it is expected that you will be doing that after your college timing. So your college timing was maybe 8 to 11:30. So after 11:30, at from you used to do maybe a research work or a data analyst or a field work from 1 to 5 or 1 to 6, whatever that was, you need to mention that completely in detail. Then challenges, challenges confronted while churning out theoretical knowledge into practice world. Now this particular challenges specifically talks about the difference between theory world and practical world. It's very easy to say whatever is mentioned in the textbook or whatever is being told as a theory part, you can do in the organization, you can do this in the organization, you have to give your best effort, then this is how the thing works. But this all is theory. But when you actually go on the field and when you actually experience the corporate world, that can be completely different. As a marketing, you might have thought कि सेल्स ऐसा होता है या फिर मार्केटिंग रिसर्च ऐसा होता है, और बट तुम एक्चुअली जब फील्ड पे जाते हो और जो चैलेंजेस फेस करते हो, तो जब अगर तुमने इंटर्नशिप 1 या 2 महीने के हिसाब से किया है, सो व्हाट आर द चैलेंजेस यू फेस्ड, यू कैन स्टार्ट विद दिस इज हाउ आई स्टार्टेड, दिस इज व्हाट आई थॉट, दिस इज व्हाट बीइंग टोल्ड इन द थियरी पार्ट, बट व्हेन आई एक्चुअली स्टार्टेड डूइंग दैट वर्क, इट वाज कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द थियरी, इट वाज नॉट द सेम, इट वाज माय यू कैन से एक्सपीरियंस, और इट वाज अ काइंड ऑफ आई ओपनर, व्हाटएवर इट इज. मतलब ऑब्वियसली थियरी और प्रैक्टिकल में बहुत डिफरेंस है, तो जो थियरी में बताया जाता है वही प्रैक्टिकल में होगा ऐसा नहीं. तो जब जो थियरी में बताया और तुम जो एक्चुअल प्रैक्टिकल में कर रहे हो, दोनों में क्या डिफरेंस था, उसमें तुम्हें स्पेसिफिकली अगेन इस पे मेंशन करना है. And then finally, a conclusion of overview of experience, suggestion to bridge the gap. Then again, complete in your own words. This can be around minimum pages, a few pages, where you will be sharing everything about how your experience of working over there in whatever the duration was. Maybe it was for 56 days. So what are the things you have learned? Means before joining that organization, what was your thought process? And after completing your internship, what is the thought process? And what are the key learnings you had? Like you might have mentioned in the challenges, like it can be any internship based project. Suppose as a marketing student, you had a kind of internship as social media manager or a social media intern. So suppose if you are a social media intern, so what were expectations and what are the realities and what are the things you learn? Means what are the problems you face? That everything can be mentioned in the conclusion, and if possible, if the problems which you have faced, what can be the possible solution from your side as an intern, which you have to express it in your own words. So this is how you have to complete your 50 pages of internship based project. Now in this topic, there is no kind of, you can say, selecting the topic, because your topic is already being done because you are doing an internship. So you need to first make sure whenever you're joining, your internship title or designation, means what title you're getting as a management trainee or as an analyst, or whatever the title you'll be getting, you should be specific that. As I said, area of elective course. So HR student will be doing a particular internship in the field of HR, marketing in the field of marketing, and finance in the field of finance. So there is no selection of topic. It's only maybe a framing. So suppose I worked as a management trainee and I worked in this particular organization or a bank. So just usko frame karke match karna hai, that's it. I'll give an example, not a topic selection, a topic framing kind of. So same example which I gave for the research-based student. Suppose you're a marketing specialized student and I worked in one of the firms. So first you need to be specific with your internship title or designation. So these are the basic example: as a marketing intern, digital marketing intern, market research intern, product development intern, management trainee, social media intern, whatever the title is. So you need to be very specific what your designation or title is. Then associated with the organization which you actually work. So maybe organization name, company or brand which you associated. And this is the basic profile which organization might have given you. So yes, sab to mention karna. Suppose as a marketing executive trainee, this was expected from you, or this was mentioned in your profile, that assistant building and maintaining marketing resource documents, assistant building, executing a roadmap of ongoing cross-channel, strategic marketing initiatives, assistant developing and executing go-to-market strategy. So this is what expected from you as a role. This was a role which was given to you. So suppose as a marketing student, this is the role which is given to you. So what can be the topic which can be finally framed? So marketing of maybe a financial services, of advertising services, or any of the services we actually did. So marketing of that particular services at XYZ, jahan pe tumne kaam kiya hai, as a marketing executive trainee. So first, what kind of services you were involved in, where what the organization was, the name, and your final designation as a marketing executive trainee. So this is how you can get your topic framed. As I said, finally, first make sure you get framed from your guide, get it finalized, and then only start working on it. So as I said, the majority of the hard work is done by you by actually going out there in the corporate world or in the office and get a glimpse of how the offices work. As I told you, it is an internship project. It is not a full-time duty where you're working as 8 to 10 hours. You might have worked for 4 hours, or you might have worked in rare cases might at 6 hours. So that is the all of the hard work you're done. So once you're done this hard work, so I feel internship-based project is not that much a problem, because you actually have experienced everything. So whatever you experience, you just need to write up in your own words. That's it. उसके अलावा और I don't think ज़्यादा कुछ करना है, और इसलिए फिर purposely उसको minimum 50 pages रखा है. Not like a research-based project where they actually need to research the data, then properly analyze, then frame and write in their own words. It's not. It is what everything which you experience, and finally you're putting it in, and that is a complete completing a project in maybe minimum 50 pages. So I hope this video will help you in make your internship based project, BlackBook project. In case if you have any other doubt, please make sure you ask your doubts in the comment section. I'll try to answer all your doubts if anything in terms of internship based project. And if you have any doubts in terms of maybe a research based project, so as I have told you, I already made a video on that. You can watch that. Okay then, so thank you and bye for now.